Minasan, konnichiwa. So, many of you have been waiting. Yes, that's blatant advertising there. For my thoughts on Styles and Nakamura, specifically coming to WWE, along with, of course, Gallows and Anderson, who will be there probably starting, I don't know, next month as well. My thoughts. I'm happy for all those guys getting signed. I just hope WWE does not screw them up. They haven't so far with AJ Styles. I'm liking what I'm seeing. He's keeping his name. Still in Styles Clash. He hasn't dialed back himself up from as far as I see. And he's got amazing new entrance music. That's the awesome part. His new entrance song is very cool. I already have it, and I love it. It's just good stuff, man. I do have a friend who's concerned about Nakamura's usage, and for good reason. Nakamura going straight to NXT, and he'll be facing Sami Zayn. I do and don't support that. Let me explain. I'm a firm believer that Nakamura could easily have just gone to the main roster just like AJ and be just as successful. And even if the fans don't pop for him immediately like they did for AJ, he's still well known enough to the point where he would at least be successful. I do get why they would put him in NXT. I mean, that's where Kento went first, and of course, Prince Devitt, Hideo Itami and Finn Balor, respectively. And starting off against Sami Zayn is a pretty good idea. I mean, and Joe did go to NXT first. He's still there. So yeah, I don't really like that Nakamura, who was one of the biggest deals in New Japan and still kind of is even after he left, is starting off in the development territory. However, I kind of get why he's there. Someone asked me, do I think that they'll let Nakamura keep strong style in WWE? I seriously doubt it, but if they did, that would not be a bad thing. But if he did keep it, I think he'll dial it back some. I think he'll definitely not do as many hard knees that aren't a Bomaye. And as a matter of fact, I don't know what his finisher would be nowadays. Probably would just, if anything, I would actually let them have it do the landslide again, the Samoan driver that they used to do. But aside from that, I think overall this is a good thing for all the guys involved. I do have one friend who likes to troll me, and every time I post something about guys in New Japan, how they or are dying to come to WWE or whatever, and that's literally all he ever says to me. And if this offends him, I kind of don't care. But I mean, he's not a bad guy. It's just that that's his favorite thing to say. And I get if people think that WWE is the end all be all, but to me, it's not. My thing is well, like as far as in the cases of Nakamura and Styles, what more could they possibly have done in New Japan that they hadn't already? AJ maybe could have done a thing or two more. Maybe he could have become the Intercontinental Champion, and actually made it into the Tokyo Dome. Maybe, but both guys have climbed to the top of their respective mountains. I mean, they've done it. AJ is the reason TNA was as big as it was. I'm a firm believer of that. There are other guys who helped keep it there, but I think AJ is one of the reasons they got there in the first place. Nakamura has always been one of the shining lights of New Japan. Even before they were as big again as they are now, he was one of the reasons that they were a mainstay. Multiple time IWGP champion. He was the reason the IC title became as big as it did. But yeah, he had nothing else to do there. I mean, not nothing else to do, but he'd done it all. He was one of the original, they called them Three Musketeers guys who were gonna, who were really changing the business. Him, Tanahashi, and Shibata, and those three guys did. And now you have Tanahashi, as people call him, the John Cena of New Japan, and you have Shibata with his first major singles title. But you have this core, those three core guys, and they've all achieved great things, and they're all going to go down as three of the best in the business. Nakamura has long since been at the top. He's one of my favorites of all time. He's several of my friends' favorites of all time, and it's just his style, his technique, and his in-ring character. And it's all good. So why would he leave? I think that's the reason anyone who can get signed to WWE would do it, aside from the money. And I honestly don't think Nakamura was ever hurting for money. I mean, there's no way you can convince me that New Japan was not paying Nakamura well. And because if they weren't, that's really sad. But I don't think that's the case. I just think with Nakamura, what more can you do? When you have done everything in a single company, you faced everyone that's come to the door, and one of the few holdouts was people were waiting for was a match he had with AJ, and he had that at Wrestle Kingdom, and it was a show stealer. Well, actually, there were a whole lot of show stealers that night, but it was one of the ones that stole the show. To me, it was a perfect match, and both guys, both guys like hey, we've done it, so. What else can we do now? Let's go to WWE. See what's popping up over there in America. For AJ, he's about due a win in a major American company. That's not Ring of Honor. Because Ring of Honor, and not downplaying Ring of Honor, but he's already success there. Everyone in ROH already knew how amazing AJ Styles was. When he went back, that's just reaffirming that like they even needed it, what they already knew. WWE didn't have that exposure of AJ. A lot of fans don't know who he is. I mean, when they debuted him in Orlando, that was like the smartest thing they could do. But a lot of fans don't know who he is. They haven't heard of AJ Styles. Now they do. Now they know about him. A lot of fans never heard of Nakamura because they're not as big as, Japanese pro wrestling as me and like people in my circle. They'll know now. Anderson and Gallows. Gallows has been to before. I think Anderson had a brief stint there, if I'm not mistaken. I think I'm right about that. But now they're one of the most well-known tag teams from the Bullet Club, and now so they are going to go and be one of those dominant tag teams. I would love to see them in the New Day, them and the Dudleys, them and the Usos, Lucha Dragons and Sakara off the shelf, and even when Cesaro and Tyson Kidd come back, I would see that match. These are guys who have done it all where they were. They didn't have anything else to prove. So yeah, they're coming here because they still want to wrestle, but they want some new challenges, some new things to do. And I think that this is a good move for all of them. Will they be used right? Time will tell. I think there's a better chance now than there was about 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I would say this is a terrible idea, and dear God, this is going to go awful. Now, I'd say that there's a really good chance that they'll all be used well. And I think it's a really, really good move for all the guys involved. I just think now's the good time for all of them, because with Triple H really making his own moves, running the helm, that's the guy who really understands how the workers work, has control of it. That's a good idea. I don't think that they were trying to just wait for the right time to get to the big leagues. I don't. I think for someone like the main events that they're probably getting paid just fine. But AJ Styles from the United States probably wants to come back, and and probably more than anything for AJ and the WWE, it's just like why not come here? Everything with TNA they did with him was wrong. I will never be able to see how TNA let AJ Styles go. It'll never make sense to me. Nakamura, just when you're on top of the mountain like Nakamura is, whether he was champion or not, and everyone knows this, champion, not champion, belt, no belt, main eventing every single pay-per-view and tournament or not, Nakamura was and still is the man. What do you do when you're the man? You go find some new challenges. So no, I don't think that they were just chomping at the bit to just leave the second that the hat dropped. I just think that they felt like they had done it all. My opinion. And do I think that they'll be used well? I think there's a much better chance of them being used well now than there were, like I said, like about 5 years or so ago. There's a much better chance now. And now you have several guys who are established superstars. You don't have young guys trying to just get their foot in the door, just trying to get noticed or anything like that. They've been noticed. They are noticed. That's why AJ Styles comes in with his name. That's why Samoa Joe came in with his name. And no offense to guys like Kenta, Prince Devitt, they weren't as well known as Joe, as Styles, as Nakamura. That's not I'm trying to be offensive to them. It's just okay, my circle of friends, we all know who Prince Devitt is. No shock there. Some folks don't. But now they know him as Finn Balor, which they should. So not everyone knew who Kenta was. Everyone thought, and everyone who at one point thought Punk came up with the go to sleep. Now they're seeing Hideo Itami. When he comes back from injury, they'll see this is the man that invented the go to sleep. He's the reason we have it. It's not a bad thing. And I think because of that, you have 4 guys from New Japan who had all the success there, made all the money there, and now they're going to come here, get all the success here, make all the money here. And that doesn't stifle them. That just makes their legend grow. Because let's look at and one final point. If WWE screws up all 4 of these guys, do any of you honestly believe New Japan wouldn't take them back in a second? Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you all wanting my opinion on this. That really means a lot to me. Thank you guys so much for asking me continually what I thought about this. That really means a lot. Thank you so much. And if you guys are watching this on YouTube, click the subscribe button and look out for some more videos. Those of you guys watching on Facebook, the description for my videos will be down low or it's down here or over here. I don't know. It's somewhere around here. And subscribe and wait for more videos. There are more coming down the pipe soon. Guys, thank you so much. Minasan, sayonara. Peace.